This podcast is brought to you by Breakfast House.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm trying to take this in a new direction, so keep your whore mouth shut.
It sounds like
Keep your whore mouth shut.
Because it can get stupid. Like, you shouldn't have to fucking become a crack whore to, like...
Play a crack whore.
Yeah, to play a crack whore. Like.
That's what I'm trying to say.
It, but you don't know.
That's what I'm trying to say. There's just so much shit. Hello, everyone. This is the Tables Podcast number 8. Pleasure to have you here, and it's a pleasure to have us as your hosts. I'm
Sound
Kat.
all like you're at a library. You want to keep your voice down.
Hey, I
like
that.
I'm trying to take this in a new direction, so keep your whore mouth shut.
It sounds like
Keep your whore mouth shut.
DJ Easy Dick.
So I'm DJ Easy Dick. I'm Kat. Jay's here, and we got Pepper 2.
That's right. It's not Pepper 1. It's Pepper 2.
Yeah.
Hey, so...
Okay.
You know, there's like 2 listeners, right? But you said that you ran into someone that recognized you because of the... Oh, they...
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of flattering.
Yeah, I was at school, and she worked for Toyota, and she was like, hey, don't you have a podcast? And I'm like, I sure do. Not that confident.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, yeah, you drew me at a bar once, and I have it on my refrigerator. It was so cute. But it was cool. And she gave me, like, a nice Toyota bag.
Sweet. Well, thank you. Thank you for recognizing.
Toyota bag?
Toyota bag. She worked for
Like
Toyota.
just a bag? Was there anything?
It was like a, one of those, like, shopping bags that people have now. It's just a bag. Like a bag. Like a...
Bag.
Like those bags we got at Venice Beach when we got the free shit.
Did you get her name?
No, I don't
Give her a shout out, dude.
I don't know.
Her name?
Toyota.
Toyota lady, you work at Toyota and you do events for Toyota and you make people spin the wheel and they can win, like, what, a Camry or something? It's a blue car and a red car.
You could win probably none.
Yeah. Fucking chances are slim as hell.
Alright, so...
She looks like a Stephanie. Like, if I had to give her a name,
yeah,
I want to say Stephanie.
She
or something with a J, like...
Jasmine.
No,
Yeah.
not Jasmine. That's too simple. Like...
Janiqua.
Like Jamie, but like girl.
Yeah. I see that.
I see that.
Yeah, I see that.
Jamie is a girl name. Like, isn't one of those, like,
bisexual
yeah,
names.
Yeah.
Like Sam.
like Morgan.
It's true. But Morgan, now, well, because I know Morgan. It seems more like a boy name. It's very, like, masculine. Because, like, even that girl Morgan that I know, it was just, like... Yeah, it's kind of like a masculine name.
Really? No, I guess that's just because you know Morgan.
Sam, the same way. Like, when I hear someone called Sam...
feels more masculine for me. Yeah. But that's only... Usually girls that are called Sam, they're called
Samantha.
Samantha. So let's move right along. First topic
First thing on the list is the Fantastic Four. I'm assuming you're talking about the trailer.
Yeah,
of
you
the
guys
movie.
seen the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some of it. It was a teaser. Right? That's all you can say. I want to see more of what the fuck they can do and how they actually look instead of like, oh, this guy's this guy, and this is kind of like setting it up. Like it's a big ass teaser. There, I'm gonna just leave it at that.
What I thought was more interesting, and what I think I might make into a like a, what do you call them? A segment on the show where the YouTube comments, man. It's funny, like, seeing what everybody else thinks, and, like, there's 2 main arguments, obviously because Johnny Storm's black and the sister's white, and, that's kind of changing the story, all of that. But what I didn't know was that Dr. Doom was a blogger.
Yeah, he's a blogger.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And, like,
In
there's
the
just
movie?
so many...
Yeah.
Yeah, in the movie. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. I knew he was gonna come out. A lot of people were complaining that they didn't see him in the trailer. I didn't see him in the trailer either.
Yeah, but it turns out he's going to be a blogger. Like, so how do you feel about that?
That's stupid.
That's just funny.
And they were all raging
I know
on
they
that.
changed his name. His name isn't Victor Von Doom. It's something else.
Tepis or something. No, Vlad. I think his name's Vlad. No, is that Ultimate? I read it somewhere.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. The funny thing is that the comments are always as follows. There's always a dude talking shit, then there's always a guy defending it, and then there's a third guy that tries to bring everything together. It's like, guys, come on, we don't have to argue.
Yeah, we do. And that's when I realized that
And then that one person brings all the fucking facts and says, well, this, and that,
Right,
fucking DC Universe back in 19 fucking something.
Yeah.
And that's the guy I don't like, because it's either... All those people on the internet are either people who, like, buy stuff or people who just wiki stuff. They just get on the Wikipedia and, like, that's how they get all their information, and they feel like they have a right to argue about something when they really don't have
What do you mean by buy stuff?
Like
buy stuff?
consumers?
You said buy stuff.
They don't buy. Oh, like they don't buy. Like they've never bought like a Fantastic Four trade, or if they do, they only have one. And Dr. Doom feels like say he's in it, and they feel like entitled to defend him because that's how he was in that one issue of whatever book they have. But they never have like any full scope of a character. They just have past that,
like
whatever trait
notes.
they have. Yeah, they just have the cliff notes. They just have what they read off of, like, you know, they typed in Doctor Doom and went to like the Marvel page and read the little bio they have right there, and they base like all of their like opinions off of that. Or at least I feel I mean, I'm pretty, because I know I do that too, but I never go on YouTube and like argue over it. But these people will go on Wikipedia and then argue over like what they read in Wikipedia. Like,
I could probably count on one hand how many times I've commented on a video on YouTube.
Yeah,
I don't do that much.
And then when I do, I always praise, like, I'm like, oh, this was tight, but that was it. Or like if I notice something funny, or I actually don't do it often. I can't think of any time.
I don't do it often either, unless I probably put
Like if I spot something really stupid at a certain second, I'll post that.
Yeah, like 58 seconds. As at 20.
Yeah, but nah, man.
Sometimes I can't help myself from chiming in on like an already inflamed argument where it's like, well, you know, I'll throw in my 2 cents where someone might be wrong. Well, actually, right here, this, and that. I know that's true because I know that, and then I'll leave.
I've only
I
read...
kind of felt that way when I commented on your status
Uh-huh.
on Facebook about the, what'd you say, Batman and Iron Man something?
You know, everybody
felt like I
took
needed
that.
to say
Everybody
that.
took that status the wrong way. Because did you read it? All right, for the people listening, it was how come when you talk about Iron Man and his superpowers, people say he's super smart, but when you talk about Batman, you know, he has no superpowers, but they're like the same shit. They both have money and they're both super smart. But when you think about Iron Man, you say, oh, he's super smart. But for Batman, no.
I have never heard anyone say that. And while I was reading that, I was like, who the fuck are you talking to?
And more so,
like,
they play it out. I've actually have heard that, and more so they play it out in the movie, because in the movie he's got all these gadgets and like he's constantly being revered about how intelligent he is and all the technology that he's moving around with his hands in his laboratory. Like, so I have heard that.
I've heard it's common, but that was what I said. But the way the status is, like,
and they even make fun of it in the show, right? Like, I mean, in the movie, where it's like what you can get when you make that fight, that little bickering fight that he has with Captain America, where he's like, "Oh, what you are, I can get in like a fucking grocery store or something, like over the counter." Remember that scene where they're like bickering and shit?
Oh yeah, what are you under
right?
a suit? Oh, I'm a billionaire playboy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
that whole shit. Yeah.
But see, the status was that, but the comments were all, it turned into a Iron Man versus Batman thing, and I was like, that's not what I said at all.
People started comparing them.
Yeah, they started comparing them.
They're the same dude.
But my point was just that when you take two people who are both smart and both have money, one was revered as like that was his superpower versus the other one where it wasn't a superpower, where it was like the same thing. But yeah, it turned into like a fucking comparison where who they thought was better when that's not what it was about.
With prep, this is just the argument for fucking Batman fans. With prep, Batman wins, man. Just with prep. With prep. That's all. That would be dick. With prep.
If he knows
with
he's
prep.
gonna fight.
Yeah, with prep. I'll go suck a dick, dude.
Actually, no one said that.
Yeah,
Everyone said that,
everyone
dude.
says that. You ever read comments?
On the
Everything.
fucking comment, I'm talking about the
Oh, no,
I'm
not
saying
in
in general.
status,
That's
no,
what
in
you
general.
read anything. Have you seen the fucking like Darth Vader versus Batman?
Oh my god, that shit was so dumb. Wait, I was
live
showing.
action,
Yeah.
fight thing?
I was showing
With prep, man. With prep. Just with prep, he would win because he lost.
He pulled a fucking lightsaber out of nowhere, but that's like fan fiction.
Because that's a prep, though. Like, he prepped. Anyway.
He still lost.
He still lost. You can't fuck with magic, dude.
Alright.
Wait, so you guys read that like on the comments and shit?
I read it in the comments, yeah. And like anytime you have it,
look at
You
the
never.
comments.
No, wait, I didn't.
you go on
ran into-
4chan, you go on anything that's like people commenting or just having bickering fights about superheroes, and especially Batman's involved. Like I'm like certain YouTube videos, channels that I subscribe to. This guy's a fucking one of the dudes. He's like a fanboy for Batman, and there's just you read the comment section. You just scroll and you read the first few.
Start reading comments, dude. It's
They're
it's
funny
gonna
as
be a
fuck,
segment, dude. They're fucking. It's a real kicker, dude.
Damn.
Just the shit that people say. You're like, wow, this guy.
The insults
exists.
are fucking killer too. Sometimes.
Wow, for real. It's like, damn, I gotta add this to my fucking vocabulary. Trying to fucking break a
Fucking-
motherfucker's heart, dude.
I know, man.
But I have heard that for years, like
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in,
with
like
prep,
elementary
with prep.
school, like so be a Batman can beat anybody.
Because he's Batman with prep. Blah, blah, blah.
Let's move on to the next thing.
But yeah. Oh, by the
Wait,
way,
we
the
didn't even
Fantastic
fucking
Four.
talk about the Fantastic Four trailer.
My
like
opinion-
anything.
We did. We talked about Doctor Doom, dude.
In my opinion about the Fantastic Four movie and the teaser, I think that it was maybe they don't have enough footage, but in my opinion, I think they're trying to sell it less as a movie of superhero movie, more like a sci-fi, because it felt like Interstellar almost.
I never
Or
seen
Gravity. So
Interstellar.
like if anyone that doesn't know anything about superheroes, they're like, oh, that just looks like a kick-ass sci-fi movie. I'm gonna go watch that.
It's not even called Fantastic Four. Is it just called?
It's
It's just
just four.
fantastic. Fantastic with the 4, isn't it?
Oh yeah, with the block.
I guess that is called Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what because it looks like a killer sci-fi movie. Well, like a pretty
Well, it's just,
mediocre.
that looks like just the beginning when they're like in space.
I'm totally basing this off of all the comments I read because I honestly read more comments than I did spend time watching the video. And from what I gathered from what they said, Dr. Doom's like a blogger.
He is a blogger for sure.
Yeah, and like he's like kind of like a hacktivist where I feel,
Mm-hmm.
and that leads me to believe that he has the world on his side, or like he has a full
Right,
following
yeah.
of people that believe what he says. So with that being said,
Like Moriarty almost.
yeah, it might be like
Okay.
like the Fantastic Four might be seen kind of like as like how do I put it, like they're kind of
Like villains or something.
kind of like obviously
like
they're
Lex Luthor
heroes.
does that with Superman all the time, where he's like, we can't trust. That's his campaign.
Yeah,
when
some
he
shit
became
like that, we
president,
can't
he's like,
trust
we
the
can't trust him.
Fantastic
He's an
Four.
alien. What if he ever goes bad? You know, hire. And he became
Shit
the
like
president.
that.
Like that.
That's I feel like the movie might be about that, about how Doom
Maybe.
gathers people.
I'm just talking about it being
If you
not
call
being
it,
a
that'd be
sci-fi,
funny as
not
fuck,
being a
dude.
sci-fi.
It's
It
definitely
doesn't
sci-fi,
feel like
isn't it?
sci-fi at all.
What? What do you mean? You
It
watch
is
the video?
science
It's
fiction. I
totally
mean, the
science
whole
fiction.
I
story
mean,
is science
yeah,
fiction.
no shit, but I mean, like, because he compared it to like Interstellar and like fucking like all those like space movies.
It looks like
When
Gravity, and it looks like Interstellar.
They just were in space because they got their powers there.
That entire teaser was about the trip to space. So if anybody that doesn't know anything, when my mom saw that, she'd be like, "Oh, there's a movie about space." Just because if I remember
I don't want to
correctly,
spend too much time on Fantastic Four because they're not even that cool, dude.
it might be now after this. We'll
Nah,
see.
fuck that, dude. I'm not a fucking sellout.
All right, and moving on to our second topic is method actors. I don't know. I don't make this list. So you guys
That
talk
came
about
about
it.
from last week that we were talking about method actors and how like
I said it was I felt like it was kind of ridiculous. Like I guess in some
method
you know what
actors
it
are
is?
ridiculous.
You know what it is, right?
Method actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I felt a certain stage of it was ridiculous. Like
Like
because
body alterations or something. Like
maybe, but it just came to a point where I was thinking about it. Like, isn't that what their job is, to act like they know how to do this stuff? But like how people go out and like fully get into certain things. Like, what was the example you said?
I don't know.
I don't know, there's
Not
like-
a ton, but
there's a
Edward
lot of real
Norton is
bad-
like a
Method
he's like a
actor.
known method actor.
Yeah, there's
or
like a-
Christian Bale. Christian Bale.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
there's like a lot of bad scenarios where people, but there's also a lot of good ones like Christian Bale, or like people who obviously have to get like ripped for a certain role, or and like they have to like live that lifestyle. But for people who have to like play like an anorexic person or play someone who's sick, they actually go out and get sick so they can feel what it feels like to be this kind of dude, or like they have to play a hooker so they actually go out and like stand on a corner all night or something like that. Like that's ridiculous. Like that's what I felt.
I mean, you gotta base what you're acting off something, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but
Like if I was to do a character of like a British person, I'd go and watch like Harry Potter 50 times. So I could get that like voice down. I'm not just gonna like pull it
I'm
out of
just
my
gonna
ass
copy
and like,
everyone. I guess, but I feel like at a certain point, like it's kind of dumb because like your job is to act, not to live this and then like retell like your version. If you get what I'm trying to
method
say.
actors like
We were talking about it that day, and we had a really good like back and forth on it. But now it's just kind of I don't know. I feel like it's
yeah.
unnecessary. But he was like on the defense, and he had like good points.
defending method actors.
Yeah.
So you
Well,
were
'cause he
talking
was
shit
like-
about method actors.
Well, he's being a little more mature about it now. I feel like because before he's like,
we were
man, that-"
both being mature about it.
like he was just saying like how
we were.
he was like,
It
oh
was a
man.
good-natured conversation. We said we'll save it for later.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's true. But yeah, he said that he didn't find it like. He said it was almost pointless to do it. Like, if you're an actor, you should be able to act. And my point was exactly what you said. Is like, and my point was like, what if like this dude has to play someone in the hood, and let's say he is black or whatever, but he can't. He's never lived in the hood, but he got the role. Like, he has to do something to be able to speak from a point of view of like of understanding that. And
I feel like research is definitely part because people have to research for anything. They research when they write a book. I feel like if anything, people who write books are the ones who have more of a.
they have to live all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
they have to live that stuff because they have to write a book. They have to go through explicit detail. As an actor, I don't think you have to go through as much like training, quotation marks, than a book writer would have to go. Like someone who's writing the screenplay would obviously have to like live that kind of stuff because they're writing a screenplay. They're writing the thing, but like as an
I don't know,
actor,
I think both. I think actors have to like go through some shit. or at least for a temporary like time period, live it, try it out, see what it's like, and kind of get an idea to base their character off of. Because if they're not gonna just like straight rip off someone's character, like someone's ideas and the way they talk, the way they dress,
Well, how do you method
then they
act?
just like fucking make up their own shit based off of all these things they gathered together.
Like Heath Ledger for the Joker.
I was
like,
just gonna bring up the joke. I was like, how do you even like method act for like weirder characters like the Joker?
He said that he made it was an amalgam of two characters. I think he picked the guy from Clockwork Orange, Alex, and he picked like the idea of like anarchy. And
That's
then,
not writing the actor, right? But that's not method acting. That's
well,
just like
and then he said that he would like
that was
and
inspiration,
like, a
but
journal,
then to
and then like
become like the method actor that he was.
He said he would be like in the like when they were shooting, he'd never like leave character, and he talked to everyone like that. And stuff.
I think most
yeah,
actors
like
do
he fucking
that,
kept
though.
a journal where
Yeah.
he like would stay up all fucking night and
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
just write in the fucking journal, scratch that shit out, and
It
like,
ended up killing him actually.
yeah,
He killed himself.
He didn't kill
he
himself.
didn't kill
but,
himself, but like because he got so into that fucking character, he just was being kind of crazy.
See, and that's
So he started
ridiculous.
taking like what was it, like sleeping
Sleeping
pills
pills.
and shit, so he can actually like get some fucking rest.
So
Oh,
did
my
you guys
God.
just prove my point?
No, I'm saying that it can't get.
I don't even know what your point is.
The
Like,
point
what
is
was your
that it's
point?
kind of ridiculous.
It's ridiculous,
It's
or that some
definitely-
people take it too far.
People take it too far. In
we
general,
can't
it's
agree with
ridiculous, and it can be taken too far. Even though it does have the side where it can be done in like a nice, like you can do it right. But I feel that mostly in general, even if you don't die from it, like Heath Ledger, it's kind of extra.
Well, then
I don't know,
we
man.
have a
That won
bunch
him
of
a fucking
mediocre.
Oscar, though.
Like
He also fucking died.
Yeah, but if he didn't die, he'd be like in
But
high
he-
regard. Though.
But he
Yeah.
did, which is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
But then there's a lot of people that don't. Like for instance, and we get like really good performance. They want to leave a mark on fucking. It's people that care about their craft, I guess. Because
I
then there's
remember
people
you
that
had
don't,
a-
like
I remember-
fucking Rambo.
Yeah, I
like-
remember you had a good.
Like-
He said something good. He was like, well, because if you don't do that, you're like the same. You get casted as the same dude every time in every movie, kind of like fucking him, like
So-
Rambo, dude. But I mean, he writes his own movies, so
Yeah,
he's
he
not a good
does.
idea. That's not a good example.
Russell
I think that's starting to
Brand,
happen to
like,
Johnny
Jason-
Depp. Like,
Johnny Depp, Jason
Johnny
Segel.
Depp.
Johnny Depp was
Steven
a good
Seagal.
actor, and then like now it's just we want a Johnny Depp,
Agent,
Yeah.
and it's always Tim Burton.
He's a cartoon of himself now. almost.
That's
Yeah.
what I've been saying for the longest. Like he's never played any role that was so serious to a point where it was like he never had like that Heath Ledger do where it was that Heath Ledger, that Joker character where it was like it could be a weird guy, but it wasn't.
Jack was his.
I don't feel like, but even then, like it was too much stuff like before that. Like
I think,
don't
but Jack,
like,
he like all that led to him playing Jack Sparrow, and like that was like his biggest role and the one that I think he feels the most comfortable in, from what I know. And then everything else is just like I'm gonna just continue doing weird shit. And
But he's been doing
'Cause
weird
he
shit
keeps
before
doing
that.
like fucking Tim Burton movies,
Yeah.
and Tim Burton specifically wants that Johnny Depp.
that shit's like running. Like that Mordecai. Did you watch that?
I haven't.
Yeah, and I don't think you're going to watch it, right?
I probably will.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna pay to watch it.
Yeah, right.
But when it like comes out on DVD or something.
Yeah, like that. But you wouldn't go pay to watch
No,
it.
I wouldn't.
Right.
I don't want my money to be a part of the initial numbers. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of ridiculous, dude. Like,
It's ridiculous. What, like Johnny Depp?
no, just method. I'm bringing it back.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, if there's pros and cons, I mean, there's obviously pros and cons to it, and I could just leave it at that because it can get stupid. Like you shouldn't have to fucking become a crack whore to like
Play a crack whore.
Yeah, to play a crack whore. Like, you know, you
I mean,
can
if
do,
anything, you could just like follow a crack whore around for a
Yeah,
while. And,
do
like,
some
see what they're
research.
Like, but to actually fucking try some crack and just like sell your ass for it once,
yeah,
just to like no,
Find out
yeah,
what-
that is kind of dumb.
That's
that
what-
is, that's.
But I don't know of anyone that actually did that.
But there's people that do push their bodies, like fucking Christian Bale for like them. What is it, The Machinist? That movie?
Yeah.
Like that was crazy. Like he fucking starved himself and shit.
He didn't have to starve himself.
And then
dude.
and then he became super fucking fat for which one? American Hustle or something? What was it
Yeah,
called?
he did.
Right?
American Hustle.
He got like super fucking fat.
But he does it safely though. Like he talks to like fucking nutritionists and like he has doctors like all the time.
Mhm.
So like he didn't just go out and be like, oh, I'm gonna just fucking starve myself. Like
Right,
he
of course,
did it,
because he's
like,
got the money.
he was
Christian
being
Bale's got the
monitored
money,
the whole
dude.
time,
What
yeah.
about people who are like younger and they're like trying to break through, you know? And it's like start doing
Heath Ledger
crack
of the
or
world
something
and
their
shit.
ass.
Well, then this is a fucking message to them to like, you know,
Better learn how to act.
no, not even that. Just don't try something that fucking foolish and dangerous without having a fucking like either backup plan. I said backup plan.
Yeah.
Backup plan or fucking money to like back you up.
All right, next.
Some fucking what was it, PPO insurance. Oh, and next up is I don't know what that is.
Sanford and Sons.
Sanford and Son. Some ugly ass writing. Stanford and Son.
Sanford and Son. Yeah, it's just I just wanted to bring that up. Did you guys know that there was a sitcom with Red Fox that was based in Watts? Oh yeah, you were talking about that. No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's Fox. Who's based in Watts?
The entire show is based in Watts. And
oh yeah. That's like on where they live is like on Central and something like that. Yeah,
Sanford and Sons, and they run.
It's supposed to be like right junkyard. Here down the street, like where you know where that show we went to the other day. It's like around that area.
They run a junkyard, and yeah, it's in Watts. I thought that was kind of cool.
I didn't know that until not recently, but not that long ago. Probably like last year.
And it was a response to some other sitcom show. I can't think of it. That was really popular, but this one was popular too, which was I'm like, oh fuck, because I was looking up like more stuff about Watts, just because I wanted to know, more history about it and like the Watts riots and all that stuff. And then I came across that shit and I was like, wow, because I was like, how I told you that I was looking up songs that had Watts in it, and then I was like, oh, shows that had Watts in it. Stuff, and then I found that one. There's like full episodes on YouTube, and I started watching some of them. Like they're super, like the main guy is like super racist and shit. I was on the bus with like an older dude, and he just started talking, and he's lived here all his life, and he was telling me about 103rd, how like the entire street of 103rd was like low key like a swap meet. Like it was like that's where all the stores were, and where the train station is, 103rd. Yeah. And you walk off it, and right to the right, it's like those buildings. The police station was right there. Oh, and he said farther down there's a place called Hudson. And it was kind of like Target, and if you bought your shit at Hudson, you were a cheap motherfucker. And he was like, don't buy Hudson shit. When they went out of business. But yeah, he just went on and on about like
they went out of business, and he's still like, don't buy their shit.
Yeah, that's because we were talking about, that's why they went out of business. Yeah, because we were like, yeah.
Single-handedly took out fucking Hudson. Yeah. Don't buy their shit.
No, because he was saying like he was trying to relate it to like, oh, so I said, was Hudson like a good thing? Like, was it because I thought it would have been cool. There was something like cool right there at one time, at least back in the day. And he was like, nah, fuck that shit. It was like a Target, dude. Because everyone could tell that you had their shit in because it looked a certain way. Man, I'm getting tired. Oh, wait, I was in Hollywood. I was in Hollywood, and I walked by the Buzzfeed studios, and then have you guys seen the Mexican guy who's like with his girlfriend in these videos? No. He has like a thick mustache, he's short. I know, I saw him outside, and he was like walking with his shades, and he had two people on the side of him, and I'm like, right outside of Buzzfeed Studios, just walking down the street.
I mean, wouldn't that where you be like spot him though?
But it was like, where Amoeba is? No, you know where
Buzzfeed Studio?
Yeah,
that shit's on Beverly.
Yeah, it's like right down the street.
Not that far from my house.
Yeah, it's not from the McDonald's. Like it's like down
by the Grove.
Vine. Okay. It's like farther than it. No, it's closer. No, it's not by the Grove.
Yeah, dude. There's a Buzzfeed right on Beverly by the Grove. For sure there is. I know there is.
I was on Hollywood and Vine.
I think there might be two offices. Or
yeah, I was at Hollywood and Vine, and I walked down the street. It's down the street.
It's just got the fucking arrow and shit.
Remember how we would go to what was that place we used to practice at? The Cascade. Yeah. And we walked by that McDonald's. You go down that street. Yeah. It's right down on that street.
And there must be two or a few then.
But he was it must be a few of them. But he was like walking right outside. Guess he was going to lunch or something.
Who?
The guy from Buzzfeed. He's like in a lot of the earlier videos. What couples do. It's a lot of the couples videos.
Because he's a couple, dude.
That shit got huge. I just heard as a web series or whatever, and it just got big as fuck.
I have no idea, man. I personally don't like watching BuzzFeed videos because they're always there and it's always like random shit. Like it feels like it's like Kroger, dude. Like they're just everywhere.
I mean Kroger.
Kroger, like the food brand, the fucking everything brand.
Yeah, but why is BuzzFeed?
Because their videos don't have a focus, dude. At least with college humor, you can kind of tell it's meant for older people. It's always funny. BuzzFeed is
for like us, dude.
BuzzFeed's for like
23 and up year olds and shit.
But it's like that. But there's no focus still. Even though there's like a target.
I feel like they're like a fucking
they're a big advertisement thing because a lot of times you scroll down and it's like watch the new series of this and that. Or the new season.
I've only ever seen videos like
it's like a fucking YouTube channel where someone just like, this week we're gonna talk about this, but they make a fucking video where like they act it out sometimes, and like it's always like a list of shit, and
that's what I thought it was. Like I thought it was just a YouTube channel like at first, and maybe they had a website, but then I saw the studio, and now I know it's a studio. Like there's a place dedicated to making these videos. And they're on the internet. Like, it's not just some dude. Like, there's somebody getting paid, like, behind those videos, Like,
Yeah, there's like a lot of them. There's a fucking group of them.
And it's a big group. Apparently,
Yeah.
there's another studio fucking near the Grove, and I didn't want to watch them anymore because I felt like it was kind of bastardizing the internet, you know? Because the internet's supposed to be like where everyone thrives, but now they kind of have like this.
Well, do you think of them as Walmart?
That might have been what I'm trying to say, dude.
They're trying to take over the little guy.
Maybe not even that, but it's just like
They're getting too big.
they're getting too big. Like
I mean,
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
it's kind of annoying.
but you're like on Facebook and you like Spider-Man. Obviously, you don't have a problem with big
But that's
corporations.
different, dude. This is like they're trying to pass their videos off as like normal, like people's videos that anybody can do, and like there's like no real
but they
effort
do
in them.
it. So
That's a good thing
like,
is that-
you're trying to take something away from them that they came up with. That's like
They
someone
didn't come
trying
up
to
with
take
any
your
of that. They're just like
idea,
they're like forming their business around things that everyone does, and now they're making money.
Isn't
off
that
of
a
something.
good business plan?
Yeah.
It is, but it's like I don't. It's I don't.
I think
like
it's
it,
actually more fair than like a big corporation like Marvel because you can't use the same platform that Marvel does to show your stuff. Like not everyone has the opportunity to like go to a comic book shop and say like, hey, sell my comic book. I made it myself. I printed it myself. A lot of times I'll be like, no, like we don't want to sell your shit because it won't sell. But like with the
You
internet,
can
it's
walk
more
into
fair.
Buzzfeed.
No, you can't walk into Buzzfeed, but you both upload onto YouTube for free. And then your video's there to compete with a BuzzFeed video. The only difference is that BuzzFeed has more of a track record, so
have
they
a
built
big
something for
budget,
themselves.
and they have like fucking. I bet you they have all kinds of tripods.
But it didn't. It
and
wasn't
shit.
always like that. I bet.
I don't know, man. I don't know what point I'm trying to hit. I'm just saying that.
Like imagine this
too much.
dude.
This
Imagine
goes
like
back
the
to
tables.
Patrick not liking shit that gets too popular.
Right. Yeah.
If it's too cool, I can't like it anymore.
It's not even too cool. It's just
Imagine like we
if
blow
they
up.
have several studios, why are they still doing fucking videos? YouTube
Because that's where their market is.
Yeah,
YouTube
because that's
quality
their
videos.
fucking moneymaker. That's their fucking breadwinners. Like they're
And then there's like
that's
it's
their
taking.
fucking
that
bread
and these, like,
butter,
lists and
I guess
shit.
you know what? It's Walmart, dude. Where it's like you have all these other people doing this, and now they're kind of like, oh, just go to fucking watch BuzzFeed videos now, and like it's harder to like come up.
No,
because
because
I've just started
do the
seeing
same shit.
because I've just
if it's Walmart if they start like bullying people out of it,
Right,
out of their
yeah.
fucking videos.
Out of doing. That's right. Yeah. When they exactly that.
Walmart didn't bully people out. It's just that they were so popular that other people felt like they couldn't keep up, like they couldn't compete because their videos are just like.
And
not
that's kind
videos,
of like
but they're,
intimidation. Like if a Walmart rolls into your neighborhood, everyone's scared because it's like all our clients are gonna go there.
And then that's why I'm on my Facebook, and all I saw was BuzzFeed videos, and then I saw the guy, then I saw the studios. At that time, when I saw the BuzzFeed videos, I watch them because they play automatically, and it's like, oh, things that you would like, and it's like, oh, whatever, oranges, and I saw one on fruit. And
You saw one on fruit.
I
What
saw
was it
one.
about?
I don't know
Like,
what it was about. That's what I'm trying
you
to
saw
say.
it, but you don't know.
That's what I'm trying to
about.
say. There's just so much shit. Like nothing. It's nothing like BuzzFeed videos. Those are about. They're always about health, and they're always about good.
It's kind of
cardiovascular
like
workouts or
it's a
whatever.
reflection of the internet almost. It's just a bunch
Yeah,
of
it's
like
just fucking random.
memes.
Like, you
it's
got
random niche taste. Like you could find a video on on BuzzFeed.
They're trying to hit everything. It feels like Kroger. That's what I said earlier. It feels like the Kroger of the internet, dude. Where it's like everything that someone's already done, they're just redoing it. And the top 21 this, and it's like that's not.
I think they might have.
That's been done a billion times.
Sure.
Like
I don't
none
know,
of their
it's-
videos are original,
it's a
and they're
fucking
making money
company
off
that
it. They're
they
making a
built,
lot of money off of
and
it.
Whatever they're getting, they deserve. I think.
Then that's not the. What about someone? What if we made a video that was like the same shit, and we wouldn't get shit because we're not BuzzFeed?
If we can fucking compete with them or surpass them in some way, then I think we would deserve what we get.
The
But then,
shitty
you
thing
know-
is like if like they have like because
They have the huge video, the huge fucking studio, and they're not making anything good. Like all the quality content that they're doing is like shitty YouTube video quality content. They have fucking studio, and they make these fucking videos. It's like what the hell? What could they possibly be doing with the rent? Their rent is based off of like they're not making anything good. Dude. Like it's like what the fuck. Make a fucking movie if you have a fucking studio.
I think it's kind of perfect the fact that like it taps into what people want with the internet because when everyone's online when you're browsing the internet, dude, you're not doing anything. Like you're just like
And some
I'm on
and
a
their
stupid
videos
list.
are like short and sweet. Like you can watch them real quick and like it won't distract you
Deal.
from doing whatever you're fucking doing in life because it takes like fucking 2 minutes.
If anything, that's what keeps you there because you just let me watch another 30-second video.
The only problem,
Not really. I don't do that.
A lot of people do that. Like they get lost on YouTube.
the only shitty thing is exactly what you said. That like, which is kind of based on what you said too, is that it's only evil if they swallow up your idea and then they try to make more money off of it. Like if we made up like a tables thing, right? And you said you did that video of like ghetto games, right? Like, and you made a video and it was a comedy thing of like a list of just ghetto games that are played in the hood.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I remember
If you
that.
made that video, it made that happen. And because it's like we're not BuzzFeed, like we don't get as many views, but then they see it, like someone, you know, they're bloggers and shit are scouring the internet and find this like hip, like fucking underground video, and they see it, they're like, oh shit, what if we do it? And they do it, and it fucking kills. Like, you'd be fucking pissed.
I feel like that happened already. Not to me.
You
Not
don't know,
to me.
You don't know.
No, you
But
do know, because all the videos are like...
But something that specific.
The videos are always so bland and so like broad that I feel like they're not the first ones to make any of those kinds of videos.
Well, yeah, because it's like almost like everyone's content, but like that specific. Because this is pretty like specific too. Like when DW, like you have to know what DW, you have to know what Arthur is, and if you know what Arthur is, you know what DW is, and like specifically like this show. Not everybody knows what this fucking like show is.
I mean, a good chunk
That's
of people.
another thing. They're not even just making videos. They're making like a bunch of these fucking lists for you to just like look through and fucking
And
laugh at.
quizzes and shit like that.
Yeah, like their whole fucking
That's what he
company
meant.
isn't
Isn't
just
Kroger,
like
the whole thing about them doing
It's
everything.
Kroger, dude. It's a Walmart. When you say Walmart,
You go in there, get
just
oatmeal,
everything,
Kroger
like-
oatmeal, and a fucking card to call Mexico. The whole thing is like, yeah.
I don't know. It's just something about seeing
My
the
life
studio
supplied by
kind of made me
Kroger.
cringe, dude. Just going, wow, these guys have a ton of money and they're not doing anything with it other besides like
they're
making...
doing apparently a lot of shit.
They're doing nothing. This is a fucking list about DW, dude.
Someone has to go
fucking
like
list
look
about
through all those
DW.
fucking videos
But
and
it's
episodes and
entertaining.
shit, and like yeah,
The same way like comics, dude. They're entertaining.
But they make money and look, they hire people and they try their best to get better. These guys are kind of staying where they are. Like, come on, like everybody start like.
I don't think so because like fucking a couple of years ago, who the fuck knew what Buzzfeed was?
Exactly.
Well, obviously they had a studio. I mean, that shit didn't like happen overnight.
Well,
exactly,
then, I mean,
my
people started
point.
catching on.
But they're not doing it. Hopefully, oh wait, how about this? If they do it, let's give them a year, dude. If they do anything different within a year, what's today, dude? It's fucking what? January, February, something.
It's February 4th.
If by next year you still know fucking Buzzfeed, and they're doing something different, then okay,
Am
I
I
was
like
wrong.
BuzzFeed
But if they're
conventions or
still
something?
doing this shit, if they're still doing YouTube videos and fucking lists, dude.
Well, for them, it's like if nothing's broken, why change it? Like their business model is working, like YouTube.
If anything, that means it's not working if they're in the same spot.
Well, I mean, okay, for instance, like YouTube, like Facebook. Facebook, it doesn't add or change anything. They only like change it a little.
Well,
but there's not
that's the
like
whole-
huge significant
It's like the
changes.
aesthetic changes and
Yeah,
like the way to
exactly.
communicate changes.
Well, that's
slightly,
different.
but
That's
it's always
different.
the same
That's
thing.
different. Yeah, you're comparing two different. That's apples to oranges. That's like Facebook versus the studio, which is I didn't think it was at first. Up until now,
But
I
they're
thought it
both
was just a
companies.
website. Up until now, I would have probably said they were the same, where it was just websites. You know, they put content. But now I know one's a studio.
But
One's
they're,
a real studio,
but
and
they're
Facebook's not a
internet-based.
studio.
Two internet-based web companies. That's what they are. So that's why they're comparable because they're both on the internet and they.
Well, lots of shit's
Yeah,
on the
and what
internet.
did you think? Like these dudes are just like in the
Lots
fucking
of
like
shit's
their
on the
back
internet.
house and
Like,
shit,
you can't-
like
just
fucking
because-
just writing fucking web pages and
That's what I'm pretty sure. If you haven't seen the studio, that's what I thought. I thought it was people
fucking-
with cameras, and I
a
thought they were like, "Oh,
website
let's do
that
this,"
is-
because that's
is
what.
this big.
Yeah,
With that many
that's
people
what-
making videos.
That's what a lot of people do. They fucking go, "Oh, let's do this." They start some shit up. They have a camera. And they make videos because that's what YouTube is. That's what people who, like want to get beyond YouTube. They do that. They like try their best to just get bigger. But I feel like BuzzFeed, like even though they have gotten bigger, they're not doing anything with it.
Well, I mean, I guess that's a subjective thing to continue arguing about what they do and like their content. Like for him, it doesn't suffice, but for someone who's like a casual viewer, like maybe you and I, it's not a big deal. It's like, yeah, whatever.
It's not.
You
I
get-
mean, it's
it's-
just
'cause it's
another
also com-
fucking like web company,
Right, and it's
that,
also
like
completely.
they all make lists. They all make fucking news, like shit you want to see. They make videos, and like
And-
the quality of the videos is they're all like all right. They're like commercial quality because they're short. They're fucking like simple. They have a bunch of different people. Like it's not always the same people over and over.
Yeah.
Which, so yeah, sometimes it is, but like you get different faces every once in a while. Like
True.
it's a bunch of people, like in a fucking like office. That's why I didn't think like it wouldn't be some dude in their back house or in their fucking basement. Like, oh, let me just like make a fucking list of like 23 things that DW said was like the realest shit ever.
It's just like a
It's
blog.
like they have a bunch of people doing these things, and they're a fucking company. And from where they started to where they are now, I think they deserve what they get.
I guess what I want to compare it to is the Young Turks. Have you seen the Young Turks? The Young Turks, that
Yeah,
fucking
it's that
newsroom
news
thing. I feel like that's more comparable because, like, even though I'm pretty sure they have their own studio and they have content. I feel like they're a certain company that can stay where they are because they kind of like, they have more of a purpose. Like their videos have a goal. It's like to give you the news through the internet versus BuzzFeed. They don't really have a purpose, and since they don't, I feel like they should be
But that's
growing.
probably
It's
the-
entertainment.
Yeah, it's totally
Everything's entertainment though. Like if it's not
different.
entertainment,
Yeah,
what else
well,
could it
then
be?
What are you
Different shades of
complaining
it,
about?
yeah.
Like,
It's like it's so shallow. It's like stepping into a puddle all the time, dude. And
It's
it's
alright.
like you
can
get your
say
socks.
the same shit about watching the news?
That's the real. But that's why I said I want to compare it to the Young Turks, where it's like because the news
I don't
isn't.
even know what that is.
It's
It's an
very
online-
popular.
a YouTube news channel where they try to give you like it's very biased news, but because it's biased news because it's like on YouTube, but it's people follow it enough that they've gotten enough money to they have like a studio and shit and like it's a functioning news.
They have an app.
A functioning newsroom, but like
That's the only time I
it's
watch
on YouTube.
BuzzFeed shit.
The young church is biased. I'll agree, but only
It's totally biased.
it totally is. But I feel like it's biased to the opinions of people that are our age.
They're left. They're like total left.
Yeah, but I guess you have to know what that is. And another thing I want to compare them to is like an actual like movie studio where, you know,
But that's only one component of what they do.
that's why I did that's why there's two things to compare it to, like an actual movie studio that doesn't necessarily live on the internet and another studio that does live on the internet.
Like, I'm sure they make more of their fucking money from the stupid list because they get, like, money for each
Page
click or
views and
skip.
stuff.
Yeah, page views as opposed to, like, a video. I'm sure they could pass on the videos and
It's
still
so
make...
grimy, dude. Like, just
It's grimy.
It's fucking grimy.
It's internet business. It's like saying, oh, it's grimy whenever someone buys a fucking pizza. That's so grimy. But it's like, that's the business.
No, the business is let's make some good pizza and like people change their recipes because they feel like they're not doing a good job. Versus this, it's been the same for a while. Like, and I don't know. I guess that's just where it is. Where it's like I saw the studio and wow, they have all this shit and they're still making like bullshit on the internet. Like,
Well, I mean, I think we can move on from this because, like, what you're saying can be... I can apply the exact same arguments that you do to many things that you actually like. And
Like what?
It does... Like, I'd rather not. Because it'll perpetuate the conversation. It will. But I just want to say that, like, which is what he said, that this is just coming from you not liking them. And that's it. That's, like, at base level, that's it.
I said that.
And then you're just trying to validate why, and we're, like, continuing the
Yeah, and
conversation.
you even said so many times, I kind of don't know why. You're trying to find
You're
You're
something
trying to
that
find a
likes
good.
twice.
You're trying to find a good reason why, and like
Enough
all these are
times for
valid
me to
reasons.
My
realize
reason
that you
why
don't
was
know why
my
you don't
reason
like
that I
it.
had at the beginning was why, and then through talking about it, I wasn't sure about it, but then it circled back to the beginning where it was like, oh yeah, Kroger. That's what I said at the beginning. That's why I kind of latched on to when he said Walmart because
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with Kroger? Kroger has like the best ripoff of anything.
if anything, it's like wow, they're just gonna be like they don't aspire to be anything. It's just they're comfortable with sitting under everything, which is what I'm trying to say. It's like Buzzfeed is Kroger. It's comfortable with not being the best at anything, but just sitting under the best, sitting under the greats, and just, you know, scalping off of what they can get. And it's like, you know, if you're fucking doing something, like, I feel like there's no fucking full
Effort.
vision, dude. There's no, where does Buzzfeed want to go? I don't
Where
fucking
does it
know.
need to go? They've gotten so
Because
fucking
they're
good
bottom
already.
feeders.
I don't feel they need to go anywhere.
'Cause
They're pretty successful with what they do, and they're fucking doing it.
people are successful as fucking begging money out from people on the streets, but I mean,
And they keep fucking doing it.
and they keep fucking doing it. Do you like that?
I don't give them my money.
You gave him the money that day we went to the fucking remember that day we
So
went
when?
we got
Where?
fucking hamburgers and like
And
everybody.
now-
No, we were with Destiny and everybody. Morgan gave her money. Destiny gave him. It was a dude. He was so
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he
Uh.
just did seem like he was kind of stranded.
fuck that dude.
But-
Everybody's got a fucking story
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get your fucking money, and that's.
But
what-
I felt really good that day. Like it was the mood I felt in.
I know, but you still gave him money. And that day we were at fucking In-N-Out.
I
At
gave her
In-N-Out.
like some change.
That's still
that
money,
I would forget that I fucking had.
Did you like the feeling of fucking giving your money away?
Well, yeah,
I didn't like the fucking feeling when that bitch just walked away though. Like when we were sitting out with our food and she just like turned
And
the
she
corner
just turned
and
around.
walked away
When they
like
fucking
down the
asked for
street.
shit, they asked for
Because
fucking
she
money.
asked for money to get food inside,
And then they don't
she
get it.
walked away.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how I feel this shit is. It's like trying
No,
to
but you
demand
can't
my.
compare that shit to
I'm
this,
doing it right now.
'Cause
Wait,
this
let
is
me
a
finish
fucking- This is
it.
a company. That's like fucking just like
I see what he's
people on
saying.
the street.
And there's, I really don't think it's a point of arguing because all you're saying.
It's not arguing. It's just like it feels like.
Yeah, like he hates the fact that they don't have like a mission statement. Like they're not trying to strive to do anything. They have like a very simple system and it's very basic, like making lists that they're so entertaining that it's like that's all they ever aspired to do, right? And making, I guess, funnier videos. That's maybe their biggest aspiration is to make better, more relevant videos.
I guess so.
But like that's not enough for you. So and that's okay, you know. Because, like, these things are completely skippable, too. Like, I'm not constantly watching BuzzFeed videos. I'll scroll down Facebook every once in a while, come across a few, and, like, completely ignore them, but then come across one that's kind of funny, like, the title's, like, relevant, and then I'll click on it.
And that's what it is. It's like, it's throwing a bunch until you find one that fits you. Like Kroger.
And that's actually not their
Really,
fault.
because those
Because
fucking
people share
videos
them.
could be like, yeah, they could be something that they made forever ago, not something that they just posted up. Like, if they posted up, like, 50 videos today, then okay. But
And then you can't talk shit because they're prolific, dude.
Okay, so this is the terms. If they do anything in a year, then we'll come back and we'll check out their video post rate.
yeah, okay, but like what I'm saying is even then, I don't think they need to change. Like you said, if the fucking system's not broken, why fix it?
Right. But, you know, it's alright. It's just not a company that's aimed at you, Patrick. That's cool. There's a ton of companies
who
that
says when they first started this, they said, okay, well, this is where we're going to aspire to be, and they made it.
Because most companies do that. At least I feel like good companies should do that.
I feel that way about YouTube channels. Like people, because they're people that do shit in their own house.
I already ran out of
Like,
shit.
for instance, like us. Like, if, let's say the tables, right? We're doing these, and we don't know how many people listen to these, really. Or, like, listen to it on a consistent basis. But let's say we fucking... This conversation, talking about BuzzFeed and us arguing, is a thing that sells it. Then we're going to be like, well, you know, now we have, like, Hulu hitting us up for an advertisement. Like, and they're going to give us cash. They're going to pay for, like...
Because they fucking hate BuzzFeed.
No. Right, or something like that. And it's like, okay, this fucking episode of The Tables is sponsored by Hulu, and then we go on and on about Hulu, and then we have to constantly keep doing that arguing thing because that's what's selling. And, you know, we can become that too, and we just, like, get stuck in this routine of doing the same fucking thing. And that's how I feel a lot of YouTube channels. So what you're complaining about,
If that happens
I
to
do
us-
understand about, like, YouTube channels. For instance, like the guy I told you that is a fucking Batman geek, and that's like every time he defends Batman, he's always like, well, you know, if he had prep, blah 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 blah. I feel like he makes the same fucking videos over and over, and I keep my fucking comments to him. I'm like, you make fucking noob comments. You're going on and on about how like you're talking all about comics, but like you're just talking about superhero comics, and at that you're only talking about DC comics. So shut up with saying that you're talking all things comics. You might know who this is, Variant. Anyway, and he, like, every week he's like, oh yeah, well, I'll keep you in touch with everything that you need to know about comics. Alright, so this week, the 10 best Batsuits. Next week, the 10 best Batman stories. And then the week after that, the 10 best Spider-Man stories. After that, Batman versus Superman. It's like, oh my god, stop making the same fucking video. Like, so I see what you mean. And everything you said about BuzzFeed, I feel about that guy. But I don't know. This is something
And
different.
you can say the same thing about that guy. Like, that dude probably just doing something he really loves, and if he's getting enough attention,
he's getting
for
advertisement
it,
for
yeah.
like Squarespace hit him up to do, you know, advertising.
And if someone's like giving him money for it, then why not?
That's different because there's one topic but this is like a gazillion topics.
Because there's like a gazillion fucking people.
Because they're trying to cater to everyone and not have any real goal.
And like the way I see their videos is just since it's like a bunch of people and they're always different topics. Like, it might be like different people doing like different videos all the time. Like if you were like hit record, how they just have people sending in their videos and like they kind of like publish them or like they like mash them up to make a fucking thing.
Kind of like the essence of YouTube, where it's YouTube, but everyone's contributing to YouTube.
about BuzzFeed, I thought this
Yeah,
was
but it's a
important.
fucking company.
BuzzFeed is a social news and entertainment company. BuzzFeed is
fucking news.
BuzzFeed is redefining online advertising with its social content-driven publishing technology. BuzzFeed provides the most shareable breaking news, original reporting, and entertainment and video across the social web to its global audience of more than 200 million.
I have not seen a single news fucking video from BuzzFeed.
They have different channels.
Yeah, they do. And
They
it
have
is-
like BuzzFeed, like their like funny videos. They have BuzzFeed like their, one of them's purple. I don't know what
Yeah,
that one's
yeah.
for. They have a bunch of different
Well,
ones.
hopefully they're using all that revenue from all that stupid shit that's
it's
not in
advertisement, really. I
Yeah,
really
and
think
it's like these
advertisement.
people might be growing from doing those.
Hopefully-
videos. Like,
alright, if
they
I-
could probably go on to do
From
like
what he
other
just
shit. And
from
like,
what he
look,
just
right
read,
there.
from what he just read, if they're trying to grow their news thing, then I really hope that's it, because that'll make me feel a billion times better if they're really just trying to grow
It says
their
news, buzz, live, entertainment.
I don't
like,
fucking get on their website, dude.
this has been on
I
here
just
for
saw
like the
the
past
news.
20 minutes.
But I'm upside. I'm not the right way to read. You guys are saying it because it's facing right towards you. I'm behind the laptop, peering
He's
over it.
criticizing
Dude.
from a point of not knowing.
No.
he's criticizing from a point of like what
He
he
hasn't
randomly
even seen
sees
a website,
on fucking
dude.
YouTube.
I'm criticizing
Like,
from what
once
I
in a
know,
while.
which was all the stuff I see, and then the studio, which is the studio.
But all the stuff you see is the same thing.
You're just
Like, you
scratching the
scroll down
surface.
like Facebook and like once in a while it'll pop up like on the side of your fucking like YouTube. Which is, since you've never gone to their site and you've never like experienced all of their shit.
And that's another thing, because I don't actively look for Buzzfeed, but it's all over my fucking shit. I shouldn't know what Buzzfeed is. Because I don't look
all
for
over
it.
your what?
My Facebook, dude.
But other people are on your Facebook that they like shit.
I
and
know,
they
but I
fucking
see
like.
it. Like, for someone who I don't fucking care about BuzzFeed, or is like, I don't fucking go, oh, let me see the next BuzzFeed video. Let me watch this BuzzFeed video. It says BuzzFeed. Oh, I like BuzzFeed. I have a history of liking BuzzFeed, and I'll watch BuzzFeed.
I mean, but there's a
It's just
bunch of
on my
that's on
shit
there.
too much.
Like fucking World
It's
Star
at-
Hip Hop, dude. I've never been to that website.
Like World Star Hip Hop. Like, exactly
shit,
like
shit
World
just gets
Star Hip Hop.
popular, dude. Shit.
Well,
That was
we
a
can
fun
all
conversation.
sit where we want, and our table is over. A janitor's coming. He's gonna wet it down,
Why you gotta make it all PC, dude?
so you can't sit here. It's already PC.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
You're like, well, we're all sitting at the table. No, you're excluding people.
Get the fuck out of here. We're leaving. Don't sit on our table anymore.
Yeah, fuck you guys. Get out of here. Bye. Just kidding. I'll come back.
And I'll see you next Friday.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next Friday. Peace. You're gonna say it or not?
You already said
Oh.
it, dude.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
You don't